Hello everybody and welcome to Tiger Tales, a place where you'll find stories and fanfictions written and read to you by your host, me, Tai Tiger. Today we're diving into Universe 91, where we meet Power Rangers Cyberforce V2. This story is actually a fanfiction of another fanfiction. The original Power Rangers Cyberforce is written and read to you by Cosplay Dude 637 on the Power Rangers Universe 19 podcast, so make sure you go check him out and go listen to the original Cyberforce, and of course give him a follow. This universe is a flip side on Power Rangers Universe 19, where the events of Cyberforce never happened, and we actually have 3 replacements, that being V2. So welcome to Power Rangers Universe 91, and let's dive in with Power Rangers Cyberforce V2, Chapter 5, Committed Combinations. Ace sat there playing his video game in the living room, his headset on, talking to Timothy, who was in his bedroom playing the same game. On your left, Ace barked into his mic. I see him, hang on, I'm gonna jump up here on the side, and bang, got him. Timothy grinned. Yeah, nice one, man, Ace replied. Within a few seconds, both the boys were cheering. Daisy walked into the apartment with a bag of shopping. Where's Timothy? Daisy asked. Upstairs, we're just playing a few matches, Ace replied without turning his gaze away from the TV screen. Did you do the dishes? Daisy asked in a huff. No, they're soaking, Ace said. I know, I put them in soak at 8 o'clock this morning, before I left, Daisy snapped. It's okay, I'll get round to him, Ace replied. Did Timothy take out the trash? Daisy snapped at him. He has not left his room all day, Ace said. Oh, come on, I don't ask for much, Daisy barked. Then suddenly their communicators started beeping. Timothy came stumbling down the stairs in a hurry, tripping over himself. He stood there like nothing happened, as Ace threw off his headset and stood and joined Daisy and Timothy. They answered their communicators. What's up, Haley? Ace answered. Guys, we have another virus monster. I've already sent you the coordinates, Haley told them. On our way, Daisy said harshly. Then all 3 of them hit the teleportation button and teleported away. They teleported onto a street outside a cowboy-themed bar. People running away, scared, the trio looked at the bar when suddenly H walked out, still in her cloaked hooded poncho, her virus pen in hand. With her was a huge, bulking, muscular brown bull monster. His body looked like a bodybuilder. He was covered in armor with massive horns on his head and a ring in his nostrils. With them was Trixie, the 3rd person H kidnapped and presumably has also become a virus cyber ranger. Ah, damn it, don't you guys have lives or school or something? H barked. Don't worry, boss, you can go. I can handle these fools with Maniac Bull, Trixie grinned. Fine, hurry up, H snapped, then teleported away. Hope you're ready, Rangers, Trixie sneered. Ready, guys? Ace called out. Yeah, let's just get this over with, Daisy moaned. Ace looked at Daisy, who looked annoyed. I'm ready, Timothy said, breaking the awkward silence. Scan DNA, Ace called out as he waved his hand over his morpher. The morpher started glowing silver. Cybercharge, Ace called out as he slammed his hand down on his morpher, and in a flash of silver light, Ace was morphed into the silver Cyberforce Ranger. Scan DNA, Daisy called out as he waved her hand over her morpher. The morpher started glowing white. Cybercharge, Daisy called out as she slammed her hand down on her morpher, and in a flash of white light, Daisy was morphed into the white Cyberforce Ranger. Scan DNA, Timothy called out as he waved his hand over his morpher. The morpher started glowing orange. Cybercharge, Timothy called out as he slammed his hand down on his morpher, and in a flash of orange light, Timothy was morphed into the orange Cyberforce Ranger. My turn, Trixie grinned. Scan DNA, Trixie called out, and as she waved her hand over her morpher, the morpher started glowing black and green and was glitching. Cybervirus 3, charge, she called out, and slammed her hand down on her morpher, and a flash of light she was morphed into the Virus 3 Ranger. The Ranger was white with gold bands around her torso, forming an X with 2 circles in the middle of her chest. Her belt and the top of her helmet was purple. Maniac Bull charged at the three Rangers, leaning forward, aiming his huge bull horns at them. The White Ranger jumped over Maniac Bull. The monster rammed into the Silver and Orange Ranger, charging them into a wall. The White Ranger landed and ran at Virus 3 Ranger. She threw one of her fists, but the Virus 3 Ranger caught it and kicked her in the chest, then struck her with a flurry of punches. Then she swiped her foot, tripping the White Ranger over. She then swung her fist down, but the White Ranger rolled to one side, her fist smashing into the ground, the concrete cracking under her fist. Then the White Ranger jumped up and side-kicked the Virus 3 Ranger as she stumbled back. "Oh, sweet Daisy, you're a fool," the Virus 3 Ranger said. Then she pressed the weapon icon on her morpher. "Cyber Virus Claws, download," Virus 3 Ranger called out, and both her arms became encased with black and grey gauntlets. Each had 3 long blades extruding out of the knuckles. "You have cyber weapons?" the White Ranger gasped. Then the White Ranger ran at Virus 3 Ranger, but she swung one of her claws and struck the White Ranger across her chest, and she stumbled back. The Virus 3 Ranger then ran at her and struck her again, with a flurry of attacks. Then she jumped up and kicked her in the chest, knocking her off her feet. The White Ranger demorphed, and Daisy slowly climbed to her feet, clutching her arm. The Virus 3 Ranger turned to Maniac Bull, who had the other 2 Rangers pinned against the wall. "Leave them! Come on, we must cause havoc. As you know, fear fuels the master," she commanded. A Maniac Bull stood tall. The 2 Rangers dropped to the floor. Then Virus 3 Ranger and Maniac Bull teleported away. Both boys climbed to their feet. "Power down," both of them said in unison. Then they walked up to Daisy. "Are you okay?" she asked. "Yeah, I'm fine," Daisy huffed. Then she pushed past them. "Hey, what is wrong with you?" Ace barked, then grabbed Daisy and spun around. "Nothing," she snapped back. "Babe, seriously," Ace said sternly. "You really want to know?" Daisy asked. "Yeah, that's why I asked," Ace said, throwing up his arms. "I am tired, okay, of running around after you two. I do everything, the housework, the shopping, sorting out you two when you act like babies. I'm helping Haley with not only the Ranger stuff, but setting up the museum for its reopening. I have to watch your backs all the goddamn time. And plus, I'm also a Power Ranger," Daisy yelled. Ace stopped, slightly stunned. He looked at the floor and took a deep breath, and exhaled slowly. He looked down at the floor, and then looked up at the blue sky, then looked at Daisy. "Yeah, you're right. I've been slacking. I've been annoying to Timothy, and I've not been exactly the boyfriend you deserve." "I hear you," A said. He placed his hands on her shoulders and squeezed her tight. "Yeah, sorry sis, I should have done what you asked. You do a lot for us. Always have done since Mum and Dad left. I'll make sure I help out before I jump on my game from now on," Timothy muttered. "Thank you, I just..." Daisy started. "Need a breather?" Ace finished. "Yeah," Daisy said with an exhausted chuckle. "Guys, if you're done, Trixie and Maniac Bull are headed for City Centre," Timothy interrupted, holding up a hologram map with 2 blinking red dots. "Okay, I'm good to go," Daisy replied. "But are we good to go?" Ace asked. Daisy leaned in and kissed him. "Sure thing, babe," Daisy grinned. "Okay, lovebirds, let's go," Timothy said with an eye roll, and then the trio all ran for the town centre.
Hey, I know you've been enjoying what you're listening to. Please insert name of show here. And if you've been enjoying that, come on over to the Zero to Hero podcast, where Billy and myself, the Bulk School of Podcasting, go through and examine all kinds of things like 90s nostalgia, the moon landings, historical plots, assassination attempts, and, weirdly enough, genetics. Come on over to the Zero to Hero podcast if you want to talk about weird things.
The trio arrived to find the Virus 3 Ranger and Maniac Bull terrorizing the citizens. "Let's go, guys," Ace called out, and they all morphed into the silver, orange, and white Cyberforce Rangers once again. "Guys, let's handle Maniac Bull. Trixie can't do much without her monster fueling Stingnet," the White Ranger suggested. "Copy that," Silver Ranger replied. Then all 3 ran at Maniac Bull. "Download, Cyber Shield," the Orange Ranger called out as he hit the weapon icon on his morpher, and a shield appeared on his arm. He threw it at Maniac Bull, and it hit him in the head, making him stumble back. Then the White Ranger slid across the floor, sliding past the virus monster. She jumped up behind him and grabbed the monster's horns and pulled them, forcing Maniac Bull to lean back. The Silver Ranger then hit the weapon icon on his morpher. "Download, Cyber Hatchet," the Silver Ranger called out, and the 2 axes appeared in his hands. He ran up to the monster and struck the bull several times. The Orange Ranger ran up and struck the monster with the rim of his shield. Both of them struck the bull at the same time. The White Ranger kicked the bull in the back and he stumbled forward and fell to his knees. Damn it, the Virus 3 Ranger barked as Dr. H teleported in. Dr. H looked at the Virus 3 Ranger and then looked at Maniac Bull. Rebirth program, activate, she called out, and with the virus pen she wrote the kanji symbol for rebirth. Then in a flash of black and a stream of data coding, Maniac Bull became gigantic. We shall go, Dr. H growled. Yes, boss, Virus 3 Ranger said as she hung her head in shame. Both of them teleported away. Someone's in trouble, the Orange Ranger mocked. Make fun later, we have bigger things to deal with, the Silver Ranger said, pointing at the now huge Maniac Bull. I love this part, the White Ranger chuckled. Upload Cyberzords, all three Rangers called out. Cyber Gorilla, the Orange Ranger called out, and the Gorilla Zord came charging in. Cyber Hammerhead, the Silver Ranger called out, and the Hammerhead Zord came diving in. Cyber Chameleon, the White Ranger called out, and the Chameleon Zord came crawling in. The three Rangers all entered their cockpits, and Maniac Bull charged and crashed into the Gorilla Zord, knocking it over. The Hammerhead Zord flew in and crashed into Maniac Bull, but the monster swung its fist, smacking the Hammerhead away. The Chameleon became visible on the Bull's back and zapped him with its laser eyes, but Maniac Bull was unharmed. He grabbed the Chameleon and tossed it at the Hammerhead. Both Zords crashed into each other. This isn't working, the Silver Ranger called out. We've got to do something, the White Ranger sighed. Rangers, if I may interject, I think I have a solution here, Haley chimed in. Please say Megazord, please say Megazord, please say Megazord, Orange Ranger muttered to himself. I've sorted out the Megazord function, yes, Haley told them. Yes, Orange Ranger called out. Alright guys, let's give this a go, Silver Ranger commanded. Cyberzords, combine! They all called out and pressed the combination button on their control panels. The Chameleon Zord's tail came off the Zord, revealing a robotic foot, and the foot extended and straightened out. The Chameleon then opened its mouth, and a connection joint extended out from its mouth. The Hammerhead Zord's tail folded outward and clipped to each side of the Zord, revealing a connection joint. Then the head detached from its body, revealing a robotic foot. The foot extended out and straightened. Then the Gorilla Zord's arm straightened up, and its huge fist folded inward, and the small robotic hand came out of the forearm. The gorilla's head folded into the torso, and a robotic head popped out with silver, and it wore a red helmet with golden features. The gorilla's legs folded up and clipped to the back of the torso, and two connected joints extended from the bottom of the gorilla, and the two other Zords attached to the joints, becoming the legs. Cyber Primal Megazord, the Rangers called out. Maniac Bull charged at the Megazord, but was stopped on its tracks as the Megazord caught the horns of the bull monster. The Megazord then rammed its elbow into the head of the monster and brought its knee up, ramming it into the monster's face. Then the Megazord double punched the monster before kicking it in the chest. Maniac Bull charged at the Megazord, but the Megazord swiftly dodged the attack. Guys, did you know we have a weapon? The Orange Ranger cheered. Let's give it a shot. No pun intended, the Silver Ranger chuckled. The Megazord pulled off the crossbow off its back. It was built from the Chameleon Zord and Hammerhead Zord's tail, which made the handle and the bridge of the crossbow. Then the head of the Hammerhead Zord was the barrel and limb. The Megazord gripped the crossbow. Primal crossbow, final strike, the Rangers called out. The Megazord pulled the trigger, and a multicolored energy sphere fired from the crossbow and hit Maniac Bull. The monster fell back and exploded. Oh my god, that was awesome, the Orange Ranger called out. A little while later, Haley was sorting out the lighting system in the museum, when suddenly she heard the door go behind her. Hey Daisy? Can you get the box from the back room? It has the items that are going in the cases over there. Cases 1 through 3, Haley said, not looking up. Sure, Ace replied. Haley looked up and saw Ace smiling down at her. Where's Daisy? Haley asked, confused. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm giving her the night off. Ace grinned. Okay, yeah, sure. The box is in the back room. Haley smiled. I'll get on that, Ace replied, then headed into the back room. Somewhere on the motorway leading out of Blessington, a spark of purple erupted out of thin air, and then a small portal opened, and something fell out of it. The portal closed as laughter could be heard from the realm on the other side. The item was a battered blue Cyberforce Ranger helmet. Stingnet stood there in the cyber realm, alone, victorious, and waiting. And there you have it, guys. Power Rangers Cyberforce V2 Chapter 5. I really hope that you enjoyed this chapter. If you have, make sure you go listen to the original Power Rangers Cyberforce story on Power Rangers Universe 19, done by Cosplay Dude 637, my Parabatai. Then make sure you check out the other bro that makes the Three Ranger Bro Studio, that being Mark the Red Cornish Ranger. He has a podcast called Naruto Comics, which he's adapting comic books into audio dramas, so you don't have to read them yourself and you can just enjoy listening to them. He's also going to be doing his own story soon. Then our association, Zero to Hero, a place where you can listen to two bumbling fools, just like Bulk and Skull, ramble on about everything and nothing all at once. They're absolutely insane and they're very funny, and I highly recommend them, and I highly recommend you give everyone I've just mentioned a follow. Subscribe to the channel, and with that being said, I shall see you guys really soon.